Hey everyone, we are going to go over what is inside our monthly messages from Christ boxes. Ooh, a little scattered today. But this month's theme is David and Goliath. So you see a little, what is that called? Oh my gosh, I can't think of the word right now. Slingshot thing that he uses with the little stone being tossed. So anyway, we're gonna go over what is inside the David and Goliath box for the faith builders, and this is kind of gonna cover what's inside for the little disciples as well. And I'll show what's in this one that's not in the other one and how they're different, but they're very, very similar this month. So we really only need to go over one. So looks inside. We've got, set down for a second. We've got our thank you note. Let's see everything that's inside. Card. And then this is our wax sealed scripture letter. And the inside of that looks like this. We've got some stones here. It says David and Goliath. I won't read the whole thing, I'll just read a little bit so you can kind of get an idea. It says, and Saul armed David with his armor, and he put an helmet of brass upon his head. Also he armed him with a coat of mail, and David girded his sword upon his armor. And he essayed to go, for he had not proved it. And David said unto Saul, I cannot go with these, for I have not proved them. And David put them off him, and he took his staff in his hand, and chose him 5 smooth stones out of the brook, and put them in a shepherd's bag, which he had even in a scrip. And his sling, that was the word sling, was in his hand, and he drew near to the Philistine. And the Philistine came on and drew near unto David, and the man that bare the shield went before him. And when the Philistine looked about and saw David, he disdained him, for he was but a youth, and Rudy, I think, right? And of a fair countenance. Now, it continues on, and just a reminder, this is the letter for the older kids, so it is strictly from the Bible, word for word. I believe, we didn't start at the very beginning of the story, so we could fit everything, but starting with Saul putting the armor on David, and David going out to kill Goliath. But the little disciples, we take the story and kind of condense it and make it easier for little kids to read, or for parents to read to little ones so that they understand. But we take it straight from the King James version of the Bible, and that is what we've got here. So that is the scripture letter. And then inside here, there's how it looks. Now the main event for this one is our sling pouch, and it highlights one of the main parts of the story. And it says, so David prevailed over the Philistine with a sling and with a stone, and smote the Philistine and slew him, but there was no sword in the hand of David. So that's 1 Samuel 17:50. And inside, your child will get the wood slingshot. And don't worry, parents, the rock's inside. Very soft, so it's not going to hurt anyone. So we recommend using these, so it's not anything dangerous. I was a little concerned when I thought about doing David and Goliath. I was like, I don't want to put rocks inside, but of course then I did put a rock inside, but this is not to go with the slingshot. The little pom-pom balls are for the slingshot. Those are the stones that go with that. Now this stone, they come in a couple different sizes, is the craft that is inside this box, and there's some instructions in here, I believe it's at the bottom of the box, so I don't think I'll show that right now. But there's instructions, and it's basically just kind of paint your own rock, and it's got some inspiring things for the faith builders. It talks about putting words of faith on your stone to remind you of the story of David. Oh, we've got Natalie on here. Hi. So we're just going over what's inside the David and Goliath box. So I'll just show you real quick in case you missed it. This is the scripture letter that comes inside the box for this month, and this is for the faith builders. So this is straight from the King James version of the Bible, part of the David and Goliath story for the older kids. For the younger kids, we kind of condense it down, make it a little easier to read. And when you get it, it looks like this with the wax seal. And then we've got this cute little pouch. It's so David prevailed over the Philistine. The very end says, but there was no sword in the hand of David. And again, we've got the slingshot and the cute, very soft pom-pom balls that go inside that. All right, and then again, we were talking about the craft that was inside. Hi, Paula. So here's the craft that is inside the box. For the faith builders, it will talk about, adding any colors you want and adding words of faith to your stone to kind of help you remember the story. Now, for the faith builders, they will get a little bag with twine and a new bead. So this is something that is really fun if you order a couple boxes or you subscribe, so you get 6 months of boxes or 12 months of boxes. Your kid will get a new bead each month, and this is just a wood bead that they can string on here once they've memorized the scripture memory card for that month. And they can leave them like this, or they can color their beads. Watching from Arkansas. Hi. Oh, that's great. We just actually got approved. I don't know if you homeschool or not, but we just got approved to be a vendor in Arkansas for the school funding if you're a homeschooler. So if you're into that, you can look at our site and use school funding as a homeschooler to order our boxes. Very similar for Arizona, they use ESA, so we just barely got approved to be a vendor for Arkansas. So the box also comes with, each month will come with a new scripture card. It's a question. So this month's question is, why do you think David trusted God even when everyone else was afraid? And then we've got the sticker for the month, a little slingshot in the stone. Sometimes we have a couple stickers, sometimes it's just one. The sensory kit for this month is this brown air dry clay so that they can make their, homeschool of pre-K. Awesome. That's great. So yeah, if you homeschool and you're doing the government funding, I'm trying to remember I know Arizona, it's ESA. In Utah, it's UFA. And I can't remember what it is for Arkansas right now, the acronym or the letters for it. But yes, we are approved for Arizona and Utah and Arkansas now. So anyway, the sensory kit is the little clay so that the kids can make their own stones. And again, it's air dry clay. It's really, really light. So if they want to try to change it up, instead of just using the little balls that are in here for the slingshot, they can make their own balls, stones, and make those and use those with the slingshot. We've got the David and Goliath bookmark inside here, and the booklet for the faith builders. We've got, it's got a little quote inside, journal section, and a section in the back for sharing it with others, and a spot for the stickers. And let's see. So at the very bottom of the box, we've just got, you know, little warning to go with the clay. We've got the scripture memory beads instructions for the older kids, and that also comes with a memory chart, so they can mark when they've practiced the scripture memory card and then when they've memorized it. And then there's a little spot where a parent or mentor can sign, and then they get their bead once they've accomplished that. And then this is to go with the sensory kit, the air dry clay. And the nice thing about these boxes is they work really well for all of the sensory kits. So when you've got a sensory kit like sand, clay, and you don't want it all over, just use this box, and it's a great sensory bin. And then it's just got the craft instructions there at the bottom. You'll see 1 smooth stone, paint and paintbrush is included. And basically it says, David didn't win because he was bigger or stronger. He won because he trusted God. Think about a time when you felt nervous, afraid, or unsure, but still tried to do the right thing. And then you're going to paint the stone any way you like. As you paint, think about how God gives us courage and strength when we trust him. And then once your stone is completely dry, choose 1 word or short phrase that reminds you of the David and Goliath story or of trusting God, and you can add that to your stone. And it gives some examples: faith, brave, trust, God, courage, the battle is the Lord's. That's a little long to fit onto a rock, but I guess if they wanted to use a pen to try to add that, then that could work too. And for the younger kids, it's the same craft, paint and stone, but it's more simple instructions, you know, just to kind of paint your stone how you want so that you remember the story. And yeah, that is our box of the month, David and Goliath. And I'll just kind of, since we got a couple people on here, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of what our box is going to be for next month. I'm just going to show you the scripture letter for it real quick. That's a really good one. I'm really excited about it. So that's for next month. I'll post more about it. We'll do some more sneak peeks, and we'll do some more live videos about it. But thank you guys for hopping on. If you have any questions, you can comment here. Or if you want to send us a message at Messages from Christ, you can. And I think that's it for today. We have 2 book club boxes going right now that are also under all the different homeschool funding. If you do that through Arizona and Utah and Arkansas, we're an approved vendor for all of those places. And so we've got our Peter Pan book club box right now, and it comes with a lot of really fun things. This is the booklet that it comes with. It has discussion questions for older kids and younger kids. So if you have a group of kids that get together, some older, some younger, you can kind of mix up some of the questions. And that comes with a seashell craft. It comes with the soft cover book. It comes with a pirate periscope and a treasure chest with some treasure inside. It comes with a make your own pixie dust necklace, and I'm trying to see what else. Some decorations for if you want to read the book and then do movie day. That's what we love doing with our book club. And so it's got some fun decorations like pirate flags and some green ivy to kind of represent like the Lost Boys hideout, things like that. And then we also have the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory book club box, which again comes with the soft cover book. So Charlie and the Chocolate Factory comes with some Wonka bar wrappers, some small ones, and then teeny tiny golden ticket to put inside. It comes with a craft and a chocolatey sensory kit, and not actual chocolate. and some decorations for movie day, discussion questions, a craft, all kinds of fun things. So, yep, those are our book club boxes that we've got going right now. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Peter Pan, and our Messages from Christ box of the month again is David and Goliath. So if anyone has any questions, you can comment here or message us. Thanks for hopping on, everybody. Paula, Natalie, and everyone who hopped on here, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time.